Battlefront 2 is known for hosting some of the most iconic locations in the Star Wars universe as playable maps. From the sand dunes of Tatooine to the snowy Starkiller base, there are over 30 different playable maps across the different game modes. Some of these maps, though, are exclusive to Battlefront 2's campaign and are only playable during the story playthrough. In honor of Scarif on the horizon next month, it's these maps we're talking about in today's video. These are 5 maps from Battlefront 2's campaign we need in multiplayer. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Battlefront 2 videos, and don't forget to give this one a thumbs up too. With that, let's check it out. The first planet on this list is Pilio, the location hosting the 4th mission in the campaign where you get to play as Luke Skywalker. Visually, this is one of the best maps in the entire game, a lush tropical environment with oceans and vibrant plant life, surrounded by steep cliffs and waterfalls that funnel into a tight cave system. Pilio is an uncolonized planet that makes 2 appearances in the campaign, once in this mission and once at the very end, though it looks very different in that ending mission. For multiplayer, we'd go with this mission's version of the planet. The Pilio map, like most of the story mode maps, was 100% designed for a linear single-player experience, as it's mostly a narrow ravine-type path that leads into the caves, though there are a few twists and turns and changes in elevation. This could make for a great scenario in Strike or Extraction modes, where the rebels would need to sneak in and finish their mission on this Empire-controlled planet. Blast, Heroes vs. Villains, and Hero Showdown would also be great modes to play on this map, since the boundaries are just about the right size and there are a few spots that would work well. As an uncolonized planet, a large-scale battle wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, I think, so Pilio would make a perfect stomping ground for Heroes and the small-scale modes. Next up, we have Thula, a planet that we don't get to physically visit in the campaign, but where we have a pretty epic space battle in the first mission of the Resurrection storyline. Iden, Zay, and Shriv are looking for Del when they are attacked by Lee Mackay, a contracted mercenary of the First Order. In this mission, we take control of Iden's X-Wing to take out Lee Mackay's wingmen, transports, and finally Kai himself, who flies a souped-up N1 starfighter. The environment is stunning, with a field of huge asteroids we get to fly in and around, and a beautiful green hue coming from the planet itself. This map would be perfect for Starfighter Assault and Hero Starfighters, and not just for the fact those modes need some love here soon. This map is just great for flying, and is a bit of a shame that it's only available in a single campaign mission. As someone who doesn't play the Starfighter modes often, I would pick them back up just to fly on this map. For an assault mission, I could see something similar to what takes place in the campaign, where we have to bring down a convoy of transports and frigates as the resistance to stop a First Order assault, or they would have to defend the planet by not letting the First Order through. Whatever the scenario, we need a Thula in multiplayer. Next up is a planet that does exist in multiplayer, although it was ported from Battlefront 2015 and is not the same map in the campaign. Bespin has one of the coolest missions in the entire story mode, where the recently converted Rebellion Inferno Squad infiltrates Chinook Station to take out Commander Hask and shut down the Empire's fueling operation. Iden and Del wear stormtrooper gear to sneak in, only to be lured into a trap by Hask. The Bespin map currently in multiplayer is a part of Cloud City, whereas Chinook Station is a fueling platform a ways away from the city, making it a completely different area. Chinook Station is a very large map, making it an ideal location for modes like Supremacy or Co-op. Smaller sections of it can also be used for small-scale modes like Blast and Heroes vs. Villains. Since it's so large, and like the other campaign maps has a linear design, this would be one of the few story mode maps that would actually be able to host Galactic Assault. Funny enough, GA would be perfect for this map. There is in fact a canon tie-in mobile game that is sadly no longer available, called Star Wars Uprising, which is about a smuggler's uprising taking on the Empire in the Anowit sector, where Bespin is located. You can actually hear someone mention Governor Adelhard in this Bespin mission in Battlefront 2, who is the main antagonist of Uprising, which nicely ties the two games together and confirms that both are taking place at the same time. Just a fun fact for you lore junkies like me. Sullust is next, and this planet was a fan favorite from Battlefront 2015. The Sullust map in Battlefront 2 is only playable in the story mode, and it is hands down the single best mission in the whole campaign. You get to play as Lando while you're accompanied by Shriv, and the banter between these two alone makes this the best mission. It's a buddy cop adventure, and I have no issues with it. The map is actually really big, with the majority of it taking place inside an old Imperial factory, and some sections happening outside. The inside of the factory is a close quarters dream come true, with tons of cover and turns, and series of staircases that you can climb to get a better vantage point from. It's a large area, but the endless amount of debris and cover gives it a bit of a claustrophobic vibe, making you think twice before turning any corner. High ground reigns supreme since you can see better, but even that can just make you an easier target. Modes this map can support would be all the small scale modes, Blast, Strike, Extraction, and Heroes, and I could even see co-op and Supremacy come to this if the outside sections are used also. Galactic Assault might work too, but it could be a little too claustrophobic for that. I think everyone saw this last one coming. Vardos is the final map on this list from the campaign that should be brought into multiplayer. Vardos has it all: an awesome vibe, great visuals, close quarters and wide open urban combat, and being an Imperial homeworld, it would make an awesome setting for a desperate rebel mission in a mode like Galactic Assault. We visit Vardos twice in the campaign, once during the time of the Empire in the 5th mission, and once during the time of the First Order in the 2nd Resurrection mission. And since both times feature very different visuals on the map, I could see this map being the first to be introduced and playable across eras. All maps in Battlefront 2 are era-locked, meaning, for example, you can't play as the rebels on a map like Kashyyyk or Naboo. Vardos could be an exception to this, with the Empire's Vardos being playable in original trilogy scenarios, and the First Order's Vardos playable in sequel scenarios. That's basically 2 maps in one. Vardos is a huge planet, making it perfect for large-scale modes Galactic Assault, Supremacy, and Co-op, and all the small-scale modes. The central plaza with the statue of Admiral Versio would be a perfect area for heroes versus villains and showdown. If any campaign map were to be brought into multiplayer, it would have to be Vardos. And with that, those are the Battlefront 2 story maps we need in multiplayer. Do you agree with this list? Do you have another planet that I did not mention that you would rather have in multiplayer instead? Let me know in a comment below. Once again, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel for more Battlefront 2 videos like this, and don't forget to give this one a thumbs up too. That's going to do it from me. I appreciate you all stopping by the Star Bazaar, and I will see you out on the battlefront. Peace.